Hello, this is Martha.
Hi from Hong Kong, this is Tian.
I'm so happy to see so many of you joining our iSING online project.
We have not seen many of you for a long time. In this very difficult time, we really want to know how are you, where are you, and how are you doing?
This is a difficult time, a hardship that we have never experienced.
Well, all our contracts have been cancelled, and all the life of performing arts is dead in whole world. And the same as our iSING project this summer in Suzhou is cancelled. But we have to be positive, right?
Yes, we must be optimistic. We must continue to study and to do all the things that we didn't have time to do in the past.
I remember all the beautiful time we spent together, all the beautiful songs we sang together. Remember from Jasmine to Tolandot. Remember our parties. Remember Martha's cooking, Peking duck.
Well, I wish I could cook Peking duck for you all. I want to tell you, this year we are doing this composition competition for young composers. The winners will compose music to Tang poems from the Tang Dynasty. These ancient poems in China are like Shakespeare's work in the West.
We are proposing to have a tour of this new music set to Tang poems. So, when the time comes, we will let you know. Be ready.
iSING, how are you?
Let's begin.
Hello, iSING. This is Michael Sylvester here at my home in Wichita, Kansas, where I teach at Wichita State University. Since I last saw you, I've become an associate professor at the university, which has been delightful. Like most places around the world, we've been teaching online, which is not the easiest thing to do when teaching voice, but this is the situation we find ourselves in. Michelle and I are both well and doing fine. We've stopped classes about a week ago, and I have a lot of things lined up for the summer, so despite not being in China this summer, I'm going to have a busy summer.
Hello, my name is Lucas van Lierop in Amsterdam. A lot's happened to me since the summer of 2012 when I took part in iSING Beijing. I graduated from the Yale School of Music, where I was part of their opera performance program. I took part in a number of international competitions, which took me all over the world, including to Moscow, and eventually brought me here, Amsterdam, where I've spent the last 2 years as part of the Dutch National Opera Studio.
Hello everyone, my name is Ipeling Katle and I am in Mannheim, Germany at the moment. What have I been up to? I have been working on completing my master's degree here in Mannheim, and I was also recently supposed to work with Frankfurt Opera on their production of Inferno, but unfortunately because of the virus it was cancelled.
Hello! I've been doing really well, hanging out, working out, practicing here at home in Lübeck, Germany. A lot has happened in the 9 years since our amazing first summer in Beijing, but one of the biggest life events for me has been being a part of the solo ensemble at Theater Lübeck for the last 4 seasons. And I've also been really lucky to have done some great productions in the States the past seasons as well. And I'm super in love with my beautiful girlfriend of the last 2 years.
Hello, 大家好，我是 Phoebe， 我现在在英国伦敦。Since I last saw you all, it was December of last year. So since then, I was performing in a lot of Chinese New Year events in London. I hosted the Chinese Embassy's gala here, which was fantastic, and we did lots of other events around that time at the end of January. And then since then, everything's been slowing down a little bit, but I've been offering some live stream concerts with one of my best friends, Jessie Tse, who is also a past iSinger.
Hola, soy Ana Isabel Lazo, soy de Guatemala, pero vivo en Parma, Italia desde hace ya varios años. Tengo mucha relación con iSING desde el año 2012, por lo que saben absolutamente todo de mí, dónde estoy y qué he hecho. Pero una cosa no saben aún, y es una excelente ocasión para poder compartir con ustedes that I'm getting married this summer. Estoy muy contenta.
Привіт! Мене звати Ольга Синякова. Зараз я знаходжуся в Україні на своїй батьківщині. Після поїздки до Китаю я повернулася до Іспанії, де прийняла участь у багатьох конкурсах Іспанії, Франції, а також Англії, що організовував славетний оперний фестиваль. Також відбулася поїздка до США, де я співала концерт з Maryland Lyric Opera.
朋友
Hey, it's Brian Wallstrom. I was in iSING in 2011, 2012, and then a bunch of other stuff randomly after that, and miss it so much. I live here in Carlsbad, California now, just north of San Diego. Lucky to still be working. I run a booking agency called Gigtown, and then a music lessons company here in Carlsbad called California Music. Oh, my band came out with a record in January. We did some touring before the world shut down. We just got these in. Band-Aid Brigade.
Hello, my name is Jose Maldonado, also known as Baritone Joe, and I am here in Los Angeles, California, where I was born and raised. I was in New York, but I came home to be safe with my family, and I did my first ever zarzuela with New Camarada Opera, El Barbero de Sevilla, as Ricardo Martin. It was an award-winning show, and then I went on to perform at Carnegie Hall, and I went to Spain as a finalist for the Tenor Viñas competition, and then I had a contract to sing Dulcamara in Japan, which will be postponed till next year.
Well, hello everyone, my name is Aaron Scarberry. My home is in Beijing, but I'm currently just outside of Philadelphia in the US with my family, which is nice. Since iSING, I have moved to China. I lived in Jiangsu, Changzhou, Suzhou, and most recently Beijing. I got to perform on CCTV4's Chinese New Year celebration about 2 years ago. I was a finalist in the International Chinese Art Song Competition, which I did with Wei Laoshi, and I even got to be a part of the Chinese premiere of Leonard Bernstein's Candide, which I did with Maestro Dane Lam and the Xi'an Symphony.
Hi everyone, I'm Yunpeng Wang. I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy, whatever part of the world you are. I'm currently at home in New York. 2 years ago, I was offered to sing Peleas at Teatro Municipal de Sao Paulo in Brazil for the very first time. And I love this role very, very much because vocally and dramatically it suits me so well. And later on, I was engaged by the Met and the Los Angeles Opera. Actually, I would have been performing this role right now with the LA Opera. Although this production is cancelled, sadly, but I do look forward to performing it as many times as I could in the very near future.
Where do you turn for inspiration? I find so much joy and inspiration from listening to great singers and great opera for hours. I call it going into my opera hole. I also turn to my yoga practice and my meditation practices daily, and sometimes I just need to talk to a good friend, and the world then seems like a better place afterwards.
The singers and my colleagues are really what bring me the most inspiration. Being able to see how other people work and what they bring to the art form is inspiring beyond belief, and every production I get to learn more, so that's very exciting.
I look inside to all of those things, the sum of all of that I've known and learned in the course of my life, which is beginning to get rather long. And that's where I find inspiration. But I think another important thing about inspiration is that one has to find a quiet space in your mind in order for inspiration to find you. And of course, the other thing is, for me, I love writing. And I find that inspiration flows out of my pen as I write.
I think most often times I turn to music or I turn to poetry. Some of the poets that I've been focusing on recently are Tang Dynasty poets like Li Bai and Du Fu. So I've really enjoyed trying to read some of that. And also I think at a time like this we turn inwards a little bit, and I tend to turn to my memories. I look at old pictures, pictures of all my travels over the last few years, and I just reflect on all the friendships I've made, and that certainly inspires me.
¿De dónde cojo inspiración? Sobre todo de la naturaleza. Vengo de un país en donde prevalece el sol, la lluvia, los árboles, las flores, porque Guatemala es llamado el país de la eterna primavera. Y pues también vivir en Italia ha sido muy inspirador, porque hacia donde te giras, hacia donde ves belleza, ves estética, sea natural que sea artística. Y pues obviamente ver un teatro en cada ciudad, en cada provincia. También ha sido muy importante pues vivir en la ciudad de Verdi, y en su momento también viví en la ciudad de Puccini. Se entienden muchísimas cosas con respecto a su música y a sus composiciones.
Where do I pull my inspiration from? Let's see, my sister Andrea, my mom, tequila, my grandma, she's 93, can still drink me under the table. Bodies of water like oceans or lakes, very inspirational. Tian Lao Shi has a great idea, but the turnaround time and deadline is only 48 hours away. So I feel very proud and inspired when I'm able to accomplish something in that amount of time.
Перш за все, і, напевно, найголовніше – це спорт. А також я дуже полюбляю робити спа-процедури, що я робила в великій кількості в Китаї.
When I need inspiration, I turn simply to purpose. I have to ask myself, what is my purpose? Why do I sing? Why do I perform? And for me, that definitely anchors me and allows me to be inspired and to continue. Because when it's not about you and it's about others, then it really helps to heal not just others, but yourself as well.
For inspiration, I would say I turn to my family a lot. They're always able to encourage me, to inspire me, to push me to do better and to be the best version of myself ever. I also turn a lot to my fellow colleagues, singers from all over the world.
Friends and colleagues and coworkers and family members that it's really great energy for me to feed off of.
In this time, and I keep kind of repeating it in my head, is you can't control everything that happens, but you can control the way you react to it.
Keep being open and being aware of what's happening around the globe is very important. And for me, curiosity has been always the main key to discover things I don't know yet or the things I have interest.
Winners practice till they get it right. Champions practice until they can't get it wrong.
To stay in my own lane and run my own race in this career and life. Also, that being kinder to myself will inevitably bring more kindness to others and to the world at large.
The best piece of advice I've ever been given is to always stay true to yourself, no matter what you do or where you are. I also feel like it is very, very important to keep working on self and to keep investing a lot of energy and time.
This too shall pass. I believe it's like an ancient Persian saying, and I like it for this particular time period because I have faith that all of this will pass and we'll all be reunited again.
Ha sido, si lo puedes soñar, lo puedes lograr, pero siempre consciente que nada sucede de la nada, nada es gratis. Hay que trabajar, hay que exponerse, hay que vencer el miedo, hay que tener mucha disciplina y mucha dedicación.
Now, what's the best advice I've ever received? Well, that'll have to be from the late, great Sanford Sylvan, who told me many, many times, Lucas, make sure that you take your work very seriously, but don't take yourself too seriously.
Я думаю, що найкращим радником є саме життя. Але від вчителів не форсуй.
Know thyself. It's definitely allowed me to push myself, to do new things, but it's also prevented me from hurting myself and allowing me to pace myself.
The best piece of advice I'd ever been given was by my first voice teacher. She said, if there's nothing going on, make it happen in your own backyard. And especially when I was starting school in the Orange County, Los Angeles area, we really had to build our opportunities and we had to create our opportunities. And that was very strong for me. You know, we can make magic out of the simplest things and really use that magic to inspire other people. And you never know who.
If you have passion for something, you should go for it. You should give it a try because you never know what would happen.
That's all from us. Stay tuned for the next episode when we will hear from these iSingers.
Christiane Belanger, how are you?
Julie Silva.
Barbara
How are you?
Suhodolcha.
McClintock, how are you?
Barbara, tell us, how are you?
How are you?
Sebastian Perez, how are you?
Yana, how are you?
John Pumpkin.
Kanazawa.
Як в тебе
How
справи?
are you?
How you doing?